All right, people, let's continue with the phone call. So we stop with I love you, why won't I want naked with you, blah, blah, blah. And now the decoy is going to be stuck again. Learn one weakness, one little weakness in his play. He doesn't know how to exploit silence in the discussion, how to exploit silence to get like a reply or to get to progress the discussion. Lorne is so anxious that he can't really understand the way to make someone talk. So if he just shut up there, that would be even more brilliant. Like, of course, I want to be naked with you. I love you. Why wouldn't I want to be naked with you? And if he just shut up there and waited for a reply, the decoy would be really, really stuck. Like, she would be like, well, I guess if you love me, we have to be naked. But Lorne, as good as he is grooming, he's still a dumbass.
Love you too. Am I making you?
And listen how the decoy dodges the bullet. Like there's a big ball that like, say you want to be naked with me, Kayla, and she dodged it like, phew, I love you too.
With you. I love you. Why wouldn't I want to be naked with you? Love you too.
If Lorne shut up there and just waited, eventually she would have to face the bullet. Because imagine Lorne doesn't say anything. What is the decoy gonna say? Like, she's gonna feel she has to say something about the naked part, and no matter what she says, it's gonna be wrong. Like if she says, for example, I'm afraid to be naked, that's wrong. If she says, yeah, we can be naked, that's wrong. You know, everything she can say at this point would be wrong. But Lorne, he fails to catch that opportunity, and he completely ruins it with the next line.
Am I making you blush?
It's not a bad line, but anything you said there is worse than being silent. Listen to it slowly, you'll understand what I mean. Am I making you blush? That's his way. Use that kind of... That's an NLP tactic. I'm going to have to say more about that later. But basically, he's saying something that he knows is going to be true. It's a form of hot reading, but without the reading part. Basically, Lorne wishes for something, and he acts as if his wish was reality. One example. If you get pulled over by a cop for speeding, and the cop says, good morning, sir. Do you know why I pulled you over? And you say, for example, yes, you pulled me over because I was slightly over the limit, but you are going to let me out of the warning, huh? With a smile. If you do that, well, it wouldn't work on the cop because they're trained, but I had a case like that, someone that did some NLP, and it was on the news. And there's a lot of bullshit. It doesn't always work. But if you say something like, I don't know, the cop arrest you and say, you were, do you know why I arrest you? You were too eager to talk to me because I look like someone fantastic to talk to. Okay, that sounds cocky. But basically, you use what you want to be reality and you see it in a way that, as if it was real. So when Lorne says, am I making you blush? There's no way for Kayla to say no there. Like, no, you're not making me blush? No. First, she doesn't know because she can't see herself. Second, what is blushing? How do you define it? You know, maybe she was blushing a little. So the obvious answer for her is a little or a bit. And that's what she's going to say. Again, if he had said nothing there, it would have been brilliant.
A little bit.
A little bit. And now Lorne is happy. He does a laugh, you know, like the nervous reduction. Like, you're going to feel less nervous. He does that. That's his way of reducing her. Like, look, Kayla, I just guessed that I'm making you blush. So we're growing closer, right? We know each other so well that I can guess what's gonna happen to you. So that means we're close, and that's the kind of artificial proximity that Lorne wants. That Lorne knows. Lorne doesn't know how to really form a bond with people. He doesn't know how to form relationship. All of his relationships are extremely superficial, such as this one. It's first of all, it's based entirely on lies, but the relationship he seeks to develop with Kayla is so artificial, and it's not deep. He doesn't go into the great details of her life or his life. It's just, you know, it's just artificial, superficial, very superficial. It's not a real relationship. It's just like a contact. It's like, how can I say? It's hard to explain. Let me think about it for a second. I never have to pause usually. All right, sorry. I actually took a while to think there, but basically the relationship he forms with Kayla is unidimensional, one dimension, you know. He doesn't go into like dreams, hobby, job. Well, he does, but like shopping, you must be a gunman. It's all about the facet that he project and the facet that Kayla project. It's barely even a relationship. It's just an exchange. There's no bond. It's such a flimsy bond between the two. It's not. Lorne is unable to form true friendship or even true relationship with people because he can't connect. He's just unable to. It's like being a handicap, you know. It's like if you cut your arm, you cannot take a glass anymore. Well, something in Lorne was cut or destroyed, and now he just cannot form relationship with anyone ever again. It's all artificial, superficial, fake. That's how I would say it. Supercilious. Supercilious. Is that a word? Supercilious? That's the perfect word. Supercilious. Is that how I pronounce it?
Supercilious.
Yeah. Well, actually, that's not at all what I meant to say. But Lorne does act supercilious, so I guess that's okay. What I meant to say by that is Lorne, all his relationships, they look good when you look at them quickly, but when you study the relationship, it's all vapid and empty.
So your parents are supposed to...
Notice the subtle cough there, the way he cough. He wants her to say like, "Are you okay?" Remember in the second phone call, he's like, "I took something, coffee." He wants her to say, "Oh, you're coughing, my poor man, you're sick." That's his way to really make Kayla empathize and feel bad for him. I talked about that before, but Lorne acts sick all the time so that Kayla will feel that she has to care for him. And that's very maternal. And I really wonder if Lorne was looking for a replacement mother. That's an interesting question. Not with Kayla, obviously, but the way, the tactic he used to form the bond, the artificial bond. Like, that's something a kid would do, you know. You're a little kid, you're sick, your mommy takes care of you because you're sick. So now Lorne is an adult, he talks with Kayla, he acts sick because he hopes Kayla will take care of him. Very, very puerile. Puerile. Fuck, that's another word I need to improve. Puerile. That's how you say it? Puerile. Whatever. I'll Google it later. So yeah, very juvenile. That's all. That's what I know.
Leave on the 18th.
Okay, and now he doesn't look any time. He failed in his attempt to get sexual satisfaction. He transitioned to your parents are leaving on the 18th. And that's the...
Yeah, they'll be gone for about 4 days.
Gone for about 4 days.
They'll be gone about 4 days.
Notice how different she sounds, how much more confident and calm she sounds. South on Aphrodite, she's definitely not the same voice as the other phone call.
For about 4 days.
Yeah.
So, do you know what time they're going to leave on the 18th?
No.
This was October 6th. The parents are leaving in 12 days, and she doesn't know what time they're leaving. Like, yeah, we're going to leave October 18th. We're going to leave for 4 days. You're going to be alone at home. And we don't tell you when we're leaving. First of all, what kind of parents leave their 13-year-old kid alone for 4 days? I wouldn't do it with a 16-year-old. I wouldn't do it with a 16 years old. It's kind of mean. First of all, it's kind of mean. Second, you don't know what can happen, you know. And I wouldn't do it with a 16-year-old boy. Why would they do it with a 13-year-old girl? And Kayla, the decoy, you know, that's pretty hard. That's actually something interesting. Like, to justify, like, yeah, you can come to this thing house. Well, it doesn't say it that way. But yeah, you can come to my house. My parents are gone. Okay? Why are they gone? And that's not obvious to find a real reason. If I try to think of something really quick, they have to be gone for quite some time. Like, the predator doesn't want any risk. He wants the parent to be gone. Like, he doesn't want them to come, like, if you see, for example, like, oh, they're going to a concert. Okay, what if they come home early, you know? So the predator doesn't want to have any risk. So you have to invent an excuse where they're gone for good. And in fact, in the Lornography, they make it clear, like, they're going to Las Vegas, you know? They're not gonna come back in the middle of the night, like in a surprise, you know? But aside from a surprise trip, what can you invent to justify that your parents are gone? Well, the most obvious explanation is my parents are separated, and my mom is going to a seminar somewhere for work for 2 days. So it's not too far, but in the Lornography, they actually invent that they're going to Las Vegas for a second honeymoon, which is perhaps the dumbest excuse I can think of. Like, imagine how mean it is. Like, you have a 13-year-old daughter, you're going to Las Vegas for a trip. No, you're not coming with us. You're just staying home alone. Enjoy your weekend, Kayla. We're gonna explore Las Vegas. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna go to restaurant. We're gonna go see shows and have fun. That would be a cool trip. But no, you're not coming. And they make like a second honeymoon. What the fuck? Like, first of all the places to do a second honeymoon, I can't believe. Usually that's a thing for the woman, you know. Like the woman wants a second honeymoon. I cannot think of many guys that are like excited about a second honeymoon. Like I'm not excited about the first honeymoon, so why would I be excited about the second one? And of all the places the woman could choose, like Paris, Caribbean, Cuba, they go for Las Vegas. That's like the last place. If I had money, like if I was a rich doctor, that's the last place I would go for a second honeymoon. Why Las Vegas, you know? And it kinda plays on Lorne. Like they're going to Las Vegas to gamble. Lorne is kinda taking a gamble by going to Kayla's house. And I'm gonna give you a spoiler, he doesn't hit the jackpot. Imagine if you have to catch a predator slot machine, okay? Like you have 9 chance on 10 to get busted and go to jail for 5 years, and 1 chance on 10 to have sex with a 13-year-old girl. Do you think Lorne would play that slot machine? We should call it like Lorne Vegas. Like every game would be like that. Like you either go to jail and become a sex offender, or you have sex with a kid. And I'm sure Lorne would go. But all this to say, the fact that you leave her alone, it's just crazy. Like, at worst case scenario, let's say you have something really urgent and you have to go, well, send the child with the other parents. But let's say you can't. Let's say you are 2 doctors and they have to go like to Wisconsin to do some operation, some surgery, and they have to go, both of them. Just get the girl to her grandmother, you know. Don't leave her all alone at home. It's dangerous, first of all. And second of all, it's mean. It's so mean with Kayla. And Lorne gobbles it like it's nothing. But when you think about it, like, you know what time they're leaving on the 18th? No. Like, you have no idea. In the morning, in the afternoon? No. You're going to be alone. Honestly, if you're a kid and somehow your parents are leaving the house, you'll want to know everything about when they're leaving, because it's cool for a kid, you know. It's like, when are you leaving? I have a big house to myself. Wow, I feel special. But Lorne doesn't really understand the nuance of that. And last thing I wanted to say about that exchange, although it is fun and we make fun of it, this right here is Lorne planning a crime. So we're listening to Lorne trying to plan how he's going to rape a 13-year-old girl. Like, are your parents going to leave? What hour? And he's going to ask, like, where can I park my truck? So Lorne is working the details of how to commit a felony. That's premeditation. That's premeditation. Clear premeditation here. And it's gross. It's like listening like to 2 people discussing how they're going to like cut someone and chop someone in pieces. Chop someone to pieces, you know. Although it's funny, it's still Lorne planning to abduct and rape and possibly hurt a 13-year-old girl.
I'll let you know.
I'll let you know.
I would hope so.
I would hope so. I don't want to show with your parents there.
See, isn't it going to be a lot better now that I've quit my job?
And now he changes again, and he goes into probably the funniest moment of the phone call. He's like, is it going to be, I'm going to quit my job. I think I have it now. It's going to be a lot better I quit my job. And now I want you to analyze that situation from a meta point of view. Imagine you're all above that. Imagine you're a girl or a woman, and your boyfriend comes to you and he says that. What Lorne is really trying to say here is that he's jobless, and that's actually pretty bad. If you're a girl and you're with a boyfriend, and your boyfriend loses his job, that's bad. You should be like, you know, it's a shock. It's negative. You know, you don't have a job, you won't have a salary anymore, you won't be working anymore. What's gonna happen to you? It's very anxiety inducing. Like, what's gonna happen to you? What's gonna go on? And what if it doesn't work? What if you and I, it doesn't work because what if you don't have enough money and you lose your house and all that? So when you're in a couple and one of the 2 loses his job, it's very stress inducing. It's negative, you know. But Lorne, somehow, he passes that as something positive. He managed to take an extremely negative event. It's not like he's leaving for a better job. That would be positive, you know. It's not like he got a promotion and he goes to work somewhere else. No. He lost his job. He's jobless, you know. He's not going to go to work anymore. But somehow Lorne manages to turn that into something positive, you know. Is it going to be a lot better now that I quit my job? Why would it be better Like, I quit my job, it's a good thing. If it's your boyfriend, you quit your job, that's a bad thing. But Lorne transforms it and he mutates that into a good news. He does it like not so subtly. I would say the way he does it there, it's very like, no, it's not going to be a lot better, Lorne. But that's his way of announcing to Kayla that he's jobless, that he's an unemployed loser, you know. And he's trying to say it's any better because we're going to have more time to talk. But you can just tell, like, Sat on the Friday, she was like, oh, no, he's going to be there every evening from now on. Poor Sherry Twist. And then the decoy going to reply,
What?
I said, it's gonna be a lot better now that I've quit my
"It's
job.
I'm not done with my job."
Why'd you quit?
The way she asked there, she's really concerned. And at first, I thought she was concerned because she fell into her role. Then I realized she was just curious, like, why'd you quit? That's a good question. Why'd you quit your job? And, you know, it's like watching a sitcom on TV. And you're watching a sitcom and you have your favorite character. Let's call him Lorne. And you watch Lorne, and Lorne comes back in the scene and says, like, this is gonna be a lot better and I quit my job. And you're like, why did you quit your job, Lorne? So it's like a sitcom. This is real life drama, you know, all unfolding in front of our own eyes or ears. You see, he says,
Because the guy pissed me off.
this is probably the dumbest reason I can think for quitting a job. Just say we had different values, the schedule wasn't good, the pay wasn't enough, there were a few challenges. Don't say because the guy pissed me off. First, don't call him the guy. Call him the boss, you know. If someone pisses you off and enough for you to quit, it's probably the boss. If you're that annoyed at a coworker, perhaps you should rethink your priority. So it says because the boss. But Lorne cannot do that. Lorne really has a problem. He has a problem with how can I say, with the fact that he thinks he's somehow a treasure and the best of the world. The fact that somehow a boss got the better of him, you know, he quit. It's unsupportable to him. So he doesn't say because the boss pissed me off, because that would be giving the boss recognition, even though he's not there in his mind, saying like because the boss, that would be giving the boss power over him. He doesn't do that. No, it's just the guy, because the guy pissed me off. And again, that's such a stupid reason, especially when you don't have any other job and you don't really have any marketable skills, you know. So you quit, you don't have nothing, you don't have money, just suck it up, Lord. Imagine the beautiful bracelet you could have brought to Kayla if you had kept that job, you know, instead of that cheap Walmart stuff. Why'd you quit? Because the guy pissed me off. That's not a good reason to quit.
He tried to tell me what to do. He tried to tell me.
The guy tried to tell you what to do? That never happened to me. I remember the last job I had. I went to work and the boss said, hello, Nathaniel. Today you need to do... No. You're my boss. You're not going to tell me what to do, okay? Now go away. And the boss just went away and then I spent the day on Facebook. You know, what kind of person expect the boss to tell them what to do? Like, what kind of jobs do you expect the boss? What kind of jobs is there where the boss tells you what to do? None, you know? So Lorne was right to quit. How dare he tell Lorne what to do? How dare he, humble mortal, tell the son of God what to do? Lorne is a god. Lorne should already become the CEO of the company, and he would tell everyone what to do, you know? So how can a stupid boss tell him what to do? He's not worthy, you know? Lorne should tell the boss what to do. And at my last job, you know, I was the new one, and my boss has a 25 years experience. I went in, and in 15 minutes, like I walked in the place, and 15 minutes in, I was telling the boss what to do, you know? That's what a normal job is like, right, Lorne? And then he says,
that I can't talk to other people that work in the building. I told him, basically, I told him, fuck himself.
No, you didn't. You told your boss to go fuck himself. No, you didn't, Lorne. Lorne, you are too much of a pussy to tell your neighbors to stop harassing you for the phone. You know, he complains about it all the time in Lornography, like, God, my dumb neighbors are at the door. I'm gonna go put a towel at the bottom so they think I'll go to sleep. Fucking dumbass. I have to go close my curtains so my neighbors won't. You're too much of a pussy to tell your neighbors, like, guys, stop harassing me. Stop. Look, I'm busy. You're too much of a pussy to do that, and somehow we're supposed to believe you told your boss to go fuck himself. Fuck you. I'll tell you what really happened, Lorne. You are fired. That's my guess. And you don't dare to tell Kayla that, because I'm sure you were fired, you sick fuck. I'm sure. Look, Lorne, you were in telemarketing, and I did telemarketing. I did a lot of stuff in my life. I did it for a week. And it was really silly of me because I wanted to do that. Actually, the only job I ever walked off was a pharma stuff, where they test you for medication. And I went for a study. It was really, really simple. Like, I just had to give saliva I think it was every 6 hours. And I forgot one because no pills. I didn't have to take any pills. I just had to give like saliva at different times of the day. And I forgot one. And it said that for every saliva that you forgot, you lost 10% of your pay. And the pay wasn't all that much, but it was like $800 cash for a month. But you still had to go to the place like every week. So it's about $200 a week extra money. But it was reduced by 10% every time you forgot it. So if you forgot it 10 times, you got nothing. And within the second day, I had forgotten it once. And, after that, I kind of grew discouraged. I was like, I'm just going to forget again, and I'm going to end with nothing. And I got to drive all the way there, and it's like a 1 minute drive there, a 1 hour drive there. But actually, I went by metro, but it's still far. So I just gave up about it. And that's the only job that I just gave up on. But I did a lot of stuff in my life. And I did telemarketing. And if you don't do your quotas, you get fired ASAP. You have to sell. If you don't sell, they kick you out. And most places, it's under the table. They don't even pay you per hour. They pay you per sell. So your little shitty job selling tickets for the Fireman, a group that sounds like the Beatles. Just say that they're Beatles imitators, Lorne. It's pretty obvious. Your shitty job, chances are you weren't selling much. And the boss says, you're not selling enough, Lorne. You're fired. I'm taking someone else. But you don't dare to say that to Kayla because it makes you look like a tool, which you are. So you invent something about, well, the boss wanted to talk to me, but I told him to go fuck himself. That's what happened. I didn't, but Kayla's going to believe it. The way it changes the linguistic repertory there, it goes from very casual to very insulting. And I don't like when people cuss in front of little kids, okay? The way he says to go fuck himself, the way he says it with so much confidence, it's entirely bullshit. So I'm really guessing he was fired. And when he says, he told me not to talk to people in the building, that was probably his rationalization, And even if he did, even if your story was true, like the boss told you not to talk to people in the building, Lorne, you were probably annoying everyone in that building. Nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody wants to see you. Just do your fucking job. Sell your fucking tickets and leave the people in the building alone. Nobody wants to talk to you except us. And we know what kind of speech you were having in the building there. Like, hi, sir, do you have any daughters? Can I be their nieces? And actually, at one point in the Lornography, he does explain what his job is. Oh, fuck, I love the Lornography. It's random calling. The computer actually dials the number out, so I never know who the next person is that I'm calling. This is bad. This isn't even cold calling, because when you cold call, you have a list of people that you know. So if you do some cold calling, this is what I do. For example, let's say somebody a long time ago applied for a credit card at the Walmart. Now you have a list of every person that applied for a credit card at Walmart 5 years ago. And let's say they didn't follow through and they didn't get their MasterCard or whatever. 5 years later, you have the list. You call them one by one to offer a new credit card. That is cold calling. No, that is cold calling. What you did there, a computer dialing someone at random, and you never know who you're going to call. Like, you might call your own mother for all we know. That's spam, and it's illegal. I don't know if it was illegal in 2007, but today it's definitely illegal. You can't do that. So that's his job. It's not even a job. It's not even a gig. It's spam. And if somebody called me out of nowhere to sell me tickets to the Fireman, a group that sounds like the Beatles, that's not really a good sales pitch, by the way, Lorne. But if somebody did that, I would be pissed. I would tell them, like, why'd you call me? That's spam, you know? I can't tolerate advertising, and I even hate spam even more. But that's what Lorne did. Like, I'm guessing he didn't sell that many tickets. Like, who's gonna buy a ticket from a guy that randomly calls them, selling them tickets? Who's gonna do that? Especially the hours that Lorne works. You know, he works evening. Imagine someone calls you at 8, 9 p.m. trying to sell you tickets to a random show. Nobody's gonna buy your ticket. This is probably the hardest sell I can think of, except trying to sell Magnum condoms to Lorne. That is a pretty tough sell too. Actually, no, that's a pretty easy sell because he thinks that he should use Magnum, probably. I would say selling extra small condoms to Lorne. That would be almost impossible because Lorne really believes that, fucking... And the way they say, like, stop talking to people in the building, focus on your job, or quit. If you quit, that's fine, but don't invent a story about how you told the boss to go fuck themselves. Fuck you, Lorne. And that's kind of average record. So he keep that job for about 2 weeks, about 3 weeks actually, 2 weeks and a half. That's probably his longest job ever. Like the job he kept the longest. He didn't last all that long on Durango Mango. Like, he stayed there for like 2 weeks. He didn't even show up. He didn't even show up half of the days.
That's pretty stupid.
And when she says that, when Kayla says that, you know that she's talking about Lorne. Like, I told my boss to go fuck himself. That's pretty stupid. That's pretty stupid. Fuck you, I want you so much. He told me what to do, so I told him to go fuck himself, and I quit. That's pretty stupid. Yes, it is. And even the decoys realize, like, that's kind of a lapsus,
Yep.
I mean, what he did, not what you did, Lorne. What you did is perfect. It's your boss that's stupid. You're always right, Lorne. You never did anything wrong in your life. Your boss is stupid.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna stop your part of Fort after supper. I'm really hungry. I'm gonna go eat some mac and cheese. And then I'm gonna dial out a random number and try to sell shit to that number. Fucking spammer! Imagine if Lorne had gotten arrested for trying to rape Kayla, and then they had another charge for like breaking the federal telecommunication law. Like, Lorne, you're gonna go to 5 years for attempted abduction and rape of a kid, and 1 extra year for spamming. That would be fucking funny. Fucking telemarketer. Alright, talk to you.